I was not happy, neither financially nor emotionally. And that's when I started to, search on, how to make money online. And I came across this guy named, Siddharth Rajsekar. I still remember those words when he said, I am on a mission to redefine the education and employment system of the country, and I help people achieve freedom in their life. That was as if he was speaking to me. I felt the resonance there, and I knew that this is the person I need to surrender to and learn from. And I realized, I had an entrepreneur at my home who's actually solving problems for women in the offline space. And I taken all the learnings that I had taken from Sidz and applied it for her tarot business. We were doing like 3x ROAS with the funnel like this, but getting only like 100 to 150 people at level 1. We could not do more of them, and there was a challenge in scaling because whenever we tried to scale a funnel like this, ROAS dropped to even 1.3x.
Now, our spiritual business coach's top 3 accomplishments have been that he started digital coaching at the age of 19, and he had 100 paid students in his community, and he earned just about 3 lakh rupees from digital freelancing at the age of 19. I think that's so amazing to be able to understand and applaud that as an accomplishment, because when you do it so young, that's when you can really grow from it. Acknowledging your accomplishment is such a big deal. He was a semi-finalist in Canada's biggest student sales competition, and he helped his mother bring out her true purpose in life through digital coaching. That's such a massive accomplishment. He's a gamer and can game all day long, he says, and he believes that his superpower is his knowledge, having learned from the very best. I'm just going to name 2 of them, one of them being Sidz and the other one being Russell Brunson. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for this awesome mother-son duo, Aditya and Sonia Sharma. Yeah. Wow, Sonia, fantastic, more power to you. Awesome, Aditya, more power to you. Ladies and gentlemen, louder round of applause, come on. Give them all you got.
Thank you all of you. Thank you. No, it's such an honor, being here. I visualized this moment, and it's such an honor, just to feel this, energy from you guys. And thank you, Siddharth, for, giving us this opportunity. Now, what we are going to be covering in this segment is how mom and me clocked in 30 lakh rupees in a single day. And this is 100% profit, without doing any special promotion, no Black Friday deal, nothing like that. Without having a super high-ticket product, no 5 lakh, 2 lakh rupees product, just by scaling with the freedom business model. So what we are going to be covering is, which will be very relevant for all of you. Now, let me take you a few years back. It was the year 2018, and I was 18 years old that time. And I told mom, I want to go abroad for my studies. I don't like the Indian education system. Just let me go abroad. And that's what I said to her.
And I actually agreed, because being in education system, I felt that, I somehow felt the same, right? So I said that it's all right. Let's, plan there.
So I went to Canada for, getting a college degree. And 1 year being in Canada, I did everything, Studied rigid business curriculums from university professors. And this is one group where I can say I hated all of them. So, cooked food, cleaning food, did everything on my own. And, I was doing part-time jobs just to cover my living expenses. And, networked with people, who did not have the same vision like what I had. And, I was just doing it for the sake of networking. And, I was not happy, neither financially nor emotionally. And that's when I started to, search on, how to make money online. And I came across this guy named, Siddharth Rajsekar. And I remember the first webinar I saw, at the end of 90 minutes, he made like 10 lakh rupees. And I was like, this is a nice game to play. And that's when but I still remember those words when he said, I am on a mission to redefine the education and employment system of the country, and I help people achieve freedom in their life. That was as if he was speaking to me. I felt the resonance there, and I knew that this is the person I need to surrender to and learn from. Within 45 days to 90 days, I implement all of the learnings like it was a game. Did everything step by step, set up all my systems, did the webinar, did the whole pitch without having any digital coaching experience, without having any video marketing experience, nothing like that. But just following him because I knew he understands me too much because he was stating the exact problems that I had. Did that, and I had achieved my first 100 students. All of them were less than 19-year-olds, paid me 4,000 rupees for my level 1 product. That's where the journey started. And, but during this phase of the journey, Sidz had, installed a very important principle in my mind, which was, to solve a bigger problem. Because I realized, what I was doing just selling courses, and, I was not doing any good in the society. I was just selling courses and making money out of it. 2 lakh, 3 lakh rupees were coming every month, but I was not happy even with that. So, that's when I shifted, my focus, and I realized, I had an entrepreneur at my home who's actually solving problems for women in the offline space. And I taken all the learnings that I had taken from Sidz, and, applied it for her tarot business. And this phase was a very important phase of our journey because it gave birth to this model which you see on the screen. It's the hybrid coaching model where mom focuses on helping women learn tarot and spiritual modalities, and I help those women earn. So this is the a model that we built together, and that's when I realized that this is what I want to do for the next 2, 5 years or 10 years of my life. And that's when I told Mama on a video call that I want to come back to India, and I want to focus on this particular thing 100%. And I also said to her, it's not the Indian education system that's bad. Every system is bad. That's what the tone was exactly like that. So, and I said I want to come back and I want to do it together with you 100%, put my efforts into this. That's what I told her.
And it was the hardest decision of my life because there was one part of me which was so scared, thinking that, what if it doesn't work? What will happen to his future? Because he even, he doesn't have even a degree to fall back on. And, before all, un sab ko chhod ke, I was more scared, how will I face my family members? What will they say? What will, I answer to them? And this is that moment I messaged Sidz. And Sidz said just one thing, Sonia, let him do where his heart is. And, one message of Sidz unloaded the complete pressure of my heart. We made the decision. My husband also agreed to it. And he said, Sonia, सिर्फ माँ बाप के राज में ही ना, उनके रहते हुए ही बच्चे बेफिक्र होके कोई भी रिस्क ले पाते हैं. So let us give him that freedom to choose the life he wants for himself.
And
words are hard to express how one message of Sidz changed the trajectory of our life as a family.
And I remember, what Sidz had messaged Mama. And I was reading this message again and again because it really inspired me. He said, give it 2 years and you'll see the result of it.
Yeah.
Here's 2 years for you. 6.5 crores in 2 years. Overall funnel grow as 7.5x. And in the last month, September 2022, we hit 30 lakh rupees in a single day. This was the exact amount Mama had spent on my Canadian education. And we did it in a day. This is what happened in 2 years. And this is what I'm going to be covering right now, is how we've been able to achieve 30 lakh rupees in a single day, because I know that this is what matters. How did we tangibly made it into a reality? We focused on this formula that, Siddharth had taught us. We understood it, we applied it to the core, which is simply high volume front end. You need to have so many people coming to you. And from that pool of people, you need to get high profits back in. This is where your L2 and L3 come into the picture. Now, let's come on to the first equation, which is high volume front end. How do you achieve this? And I'll tell you what we did. To achieve high volume front end, in simple words, we scaled up our L1 sales. We wanted more people to come into our community. But the challenge was that whenever we used to try this, we were not able to achieve this. And that's when we had a one-to-one with Sidz. This is which is one of the best perks, being in a quantum club. You get to have one-to-one session with Sidz. And I told this problem that this is what we are facing. And within 20 minutes, he identified 2 major blockages that we had in our business, which was stopping us from scaling. And the challenge, because, our funnel looked like this, if you can see on the screen, is we were running ads to a 3 days workshop, 999 rupees ticket, and from that workshop, we used to take, people to a L1 product, buying a 12,000 rupee, which was our level 1. This is where we wanted to fill the most people in. And, we were doing like 3x ROAS with this funnel, with the funnel like this, but getting only like 100 to 150 people at level 1, because you can not do more than two workshops like this in a week. If you look at 3 days, we were used to do also 5 days, we tested 5 days as well. So we could not do more of them, and there was a challenge in scaling, because whenever we tried to scale a funnel like this, ROAS dropped to even 1.3x. So we knew that we could not scale a funnel like this, because we are spending so much time on level 1 sales only, because 3 days workshop, if we do 2 of them, it's like 6 days in a week, no time for the products L2, L3. And, and we had low volume of L1, 100, 150 people coming into the community in a month. So too much time, low volume, and less ROAS in the overall business. Because if you don't have time to focus on L2 and L3, you can't create, big numbers. So it was like a mess. So what we did, the solution to that is we shifted to the webinar model based on Siddharth's advice. And I completely surrendered to his approach, because I knew that if he is doing this, there must be some sense to him, and I could realize that. This solved two of our biggest challenges. First challenge was we were spending too much time on L1 sales. Now we were doing 2 webinars per week, which is, total time spent now was just 4 hours per week. Earlier it was 9 to 10 hours per week. So we reduced the time we are spending on our L1 sales. And, now we were adding 40 to 60 L1 sales per week, following the webinar selling formula blindly. Now, because, if you do it in the right way, obviously the conversions will be less than a paid workshop, but because of the volume, we can achieve high L1 volume like we were doing, 40 to 60 L1 sales per week. And, now even that is not a problem, because we have completely automated the webinar. It's on automation, no live webinars anymore. So we're spending 0 time on the front end of the funnel. And, this gave us a very important lesson in our business, that if you want to scale, that you need to have, high volume, of L1 people coming into your community. So you need to prioritize that more than the L1 profits that you're making. That was a mistake. We were looking at the profits that we were making from L1, not the volume. And we used to, stick to the workshop because we were making money. But we did not realize the potential of our business was much bigger than this. So L1 can be profitable only to a certain extent. But L2 and L3, you can scale to the moon if you focus on that. That's when I realized this very important lesson, that you need to optimize the volume more than the profits. The second challenge that we face is that I've told you that you need to get more volume, but every time you try to get more volume, because what does volume mean? It means you need to scale Facebook ads as well. And scaling Facebook ads mean if you want to get more sales on your L1, that's what we wanted to do. We needed to have more show-ups in the webinar, and ultimately more registrations volume we needed, more registrations of the webinar. And, we tried to increase the budget, and, the ROAS dropped. Again, the mess was, how many of you faced this? Like, increase the budget of the ads, and the ROAS dropped, the CPL increase, something like that. So that's what we faced, and, we wanted to solve this issue as well. This was a very important issue, and this is where Siddharth helped us, with a, we created 3 personas based on Siddharth's advice. He told us to create 3 personas, and we were able to, focus on our messaging at scale. Because the concept was, if you're, putting so much money on ads, you're reaching out to so many people, you need to make it as much relevant as you can to that pool of people seeing your ads. So how do you make it relevant? Is, you create 3 personas. Instead of showing one type of message and putting, 20,000 per day, 30,000 rupees per day on, that same message, we divided, we segmented our audience. The first audience we focused on, I asked Mama that, just tell me who are the audience, buying from you, because that told us to segment our audience. So I asked Mama that, tell me the audience, who are buying from you. She, just let me know that these are the 3 type of people. So all these people, the 3 personas that I'm showing you on the screen, these people have a different ad that they see. These people have a different landing page that they see. And these people have a different webinar that they attend. So it is more relevant to them. So now we are able to scale, put more budget on the Facebook ads, and this allowed us to scale. And, this helps us, you get more relevance in the ads. Because if a healer sees the ad, and the ad is, speaking to them, they will click on it. They will go to your landing page. They will attend the webinar. So segmentation is very, very important. So it helped us in more relevance in the ads, more quality leads, and ultimately the goal was achieved. We had more registration in the webinars. That's how we were able to hit the biggest problem that we had in our business, which high volume, L1 people coming into our community. And this gave us, a very important lesson that, we realized that never put all your eggs in one basket. If you want to scale, you need to spread it out. You need to segment your audience. That's what we did. And the third step is, if I just recap it, this is how you achieve high volume front end. Prioritize the volume more than the profits, and convert your target audience into 3 personas. Understand more about your audience. Only then you can scale. So this is how we achieve high profits backend, high volume backend on the front end. Now, Mom is going to share how we achieve high profits backend, because this is where she focused on.
So these are the 3 things we focused on. And the first one was pre-framing the new participant the moment they come in, so that they understand that it is not a course what they have purchased. It is a journey to become who they want to become. And the second thing was consistent seeding in our inner circles, in our tarothons, in our daily sessions, so that they are prepared, they're well prepared in their mind to move to the next level. And the third thing was consistently conducting 2 to 3 showcasing of level 2, which earlier I used to resist, thinking that it is too early to pitch them the next level. And this is what I learned in the quantum from Siddharth, because he said what he said. I understood that it's not about me. It is more about them. And just because of my fear, I was delaying their success. When I understood that, I overcame that, and this was the result which you all see. 30 lakhs in just one day. One more thing, one last thing I would like to share, what we do, we usually resist, and we do not take risks because we can't see the bigger picture. Once we do so, what happened? New doors, bigger opportunities open for us. When we actually spent 35 lakhs in his education when he decided to quit. And see, he has made many 35s in just 2 years. Because we surrendered to our mentor. Thank you so much, Siddharth.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Today, who we are, it's all because of you. We both are following our passion.
Standing ovation for Aditya and Sonia Sharma.
Super proud of you both. Thank you.
Please take a standing ovation.
Thank you so much.
Amazing. Thank you. Yeah. How many of you are inspired? Do you think he should go back to college and do MBA? Yeah. Sonia, do you think he should go back?
No.
So I'm so happy that you trusted in me. For me that was more than anything else. And Aditya, the way that you have grown, now you're talking like numbers and stats, like
Thanks to
Can you believe a 22-year-old talking? Like, you can actually go and give presentations in IIMs and stuff, right? I mean, talking numbers, ROAS, and all the stuff. And for how many of you, like the way that he was talking, you were like feeling a little, wow, this guy can do it. Yeah. And I think our next gen is ready for this. We don't need to get them through the regular grind of things. So, Aditya, you're going to be a torch bearer for our next generation.
Thank you.
So please do that. And Sonia, you're impacting so many women. And I do not know where this ripple is going to go, but see, you were telling that some of your students are already making money in that space.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because my success is not your success. Yes, one part of it. I think my success is your student's success.
Yeah.
So what would you like to share?
The last month we actually, taken the time to actually conduct a webinar and ask about the audience of the results they're achieving. We are happy to share that more than 65 documented success stories of women who are achieving 1 to 2 lakh rupees per month from
That's
the
it.
tarot business.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
And women achieving 1 to 2 lakh rupees a month from their home, tarot consulting others, that's also, it's an extension of freedom business model.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is what my message is, to make them self-reliant, emotionally independent, financially independent. I'm so happy to see that. When
Amazing.
they earn, when they are happy, it's a real happiness.
Super. Once again, round of applause to both of you. Wish you both all the best.
Thank you.
And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.